Yeah, was good, YouTube. Hey, it's V Minus in the building, man. Back at y'all with another banger. Listen, hey, bro. Today we finna chop it up about the Los Angeles Clippers. Listen, I feel like, bro. I look at a team like the Los Angeles Clippers, right? We back in the basketball business, baby. You know what I'm saying? But like, I look at a team like the Clippers, right? And I see so much potential, bro. Like a lot of people would say, or like a lot of people would consider the Clippers to be, you know what I'm saying, to be like the, not really like kind of like the favorites, but kind of like a first round exit this season. And I think otherwise, bro. I feel otherwise. I feel like it's people's issues with Kawhi Leonard and how, or it's mainly, I mean, if you look at the Clippers, and a lot of people are kind of treating them, a lot of people are treating the Clippers unfairly, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Because the real reason why they didn't achieve what they needed to achieve was more so because of injuries. If you really look at it, bro, like, bro, if you're gonna listen to ESPN about the Clippers failing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more so if you have, it's either you have a grudge on them, if you're gonna just blame it on Kawhi and Paul George in terms of saying, oh, they give up the world to gonna, and I feel like that's not the case, bro. That's not the case. I feel like if you're gonna speak truth, speak all of the truth, man. And when you have a guy like Stephen A, because like he's the one that kind of trends when it comes to talking about the Clippers and talking about Kawhi and talking about Paul George. I think it's him and Skip Bayless that kind of trend with this in terms of Kawhi not playing. And bro, I gotta speak on this situation. I feel like, bro, and I'm reacting to like what he said. Stephen A, bro, like Stephen A, I have a huge problem with Stephen A, man. I feel like Stephen A glazes glazes the owners. You know what I mean? Stephen A glazes the owners. Now, of course, I mean you can't be mad at that because he wants the money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't be mad at it because dude wants relationships and he wants to network and then he wants the money type shit. But then it's like, bro, how are you gonna not defend your own brother, your own, you know what I'm saying, your own color, man? Like, bro, do you really think Kawhi Leonard does not want to play, bro? Like, let's be real in here, bro. Let's be real in here, right? Yes, you can say the contract, you know what I'm saying, the contracts are guaranteed, right? You can say the contracts are guaranteed. But come on, bro. Like, Kawhi Leonard wants to play the game. Kawhi Leonard wants to win. You know what I mean? And like when he went out, it's not like Kawhi Leonard, like everybody has a conscience. Everybody knows what they want to do, bro. And I wouldn't say Kawhi Leonard does not want to hoop in the playoffs. Are we serious right now? How is that gonna work? And it's so funny how when all of this happens, no doctor will come out and say Kawhi Leonard is hurt. No doctor or a person working at the LA Clippers will come out and say, hey, Kawhi Leonard is injured. He should not go. You know what I mean? I've never heard, it's only in the Kevin Durant situation when he got injured, when he got injured that, oh, now the doctors want to come out and say, hey, we told Kevin Durant not to go. We told Kevin Durant not to go. But then fast forward, Kawhi Leonard goes out. What was it? I think it was game 2 or game 3. Kawhi Leonard goes out. Game 2, game 3. No doctor wants to come out and say, hey, we did not let Kawhi Leonard go. And then what does that lead to? That leads to Kawhi Leonard taking all the blame and all the fans harping on Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, come on, we gotta be real, bro. Kawhi Leonard wants to hoop, bro. Kawhi Leonard is almost 34 years old. I think he's almost like what, 34, 30, 33 years old. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't he want to hoop? Why would he want to sit his days off? Like what? Doesn't make sense, bro. Doesn't make sense. Any professional in their mind wants to play basketball. Paul George wants to play basketball. Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to play basketball. Damian Lillard wants to play basketball. LeBron James wants to play basketball. Anthony Davis wants to play basketball. That's what they chose to do. There's no person that comes in the NBA and doesn't want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? There's no way a, even a person at Kawhi Leonard's peak that they would come into the game, they would play the game as a job. I mean, okay, of course they have to play the game as a job, right? But I wouldn't say that diminishes their passion though, because I feel like in order to reach those heights that they're at, you need passion. Kawhi Leonard does not average 25 without passion. Facts. Are you crazy? That's nuts. No, I would never believe that. And I feel like people should relax on Kawhi Leonard, bro. If Kawhi Leonard is not right, and I don't know, how do I feel about this new rule that's been implemented in the NBA? Listen, I mean, bro, I will say this. If the dude he's injured, man. If he's injured, he's injured. Let him rest. You might say that's unfair to the fans that are coming in to come watch the games. But if we're really being real, bro, if we're really being real, half of the fans are not even watching the game, bro. Let's really be real, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's really be real, though. Like, half of the fans are not even watching the game, bro. But I feel like people are treating Kawhi not right, bro. And that's going back, you know what I'm saying? That's why they get a lot of criticism on how they're doing. It's because of Kawhi Leonard being injured. You dig what I'm saying? And him being injured. And like people saying, oh, he's not playing. He's not. And in my opinion, bro, I feel like with celebrities or sports players or athletes or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like whatever, like if somebody's like um popular in like another place or like another sport, if a situation happens, talk about it then and there, bro, because at the end of the day, bro, it's gonna be forgotten in the next week, in the next month. I always feel a type of way when, okay, you could speak about the situation now, right? But then you want to leave it until late, bro. When you speak about it later, nobody's gonna care about that situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just speak about it now, bro. And I feel like I always have like a problem when it comes to athletes, and if something happens, like they always stay quiet and shit. Now, obviously, you talk about ramifications and shit, and that is true. That is true about ramifications, but it has to. You kind of have to question yourself in being, is what I'm holding in my heart here, is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because by the time 7 years or 8 years down the line, when you're doing a podcast with somebody and you're talking about that situation, bro, nobody's gonna care about that situation. Everybody's gonna move on, type shit. You might as well just talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's how people used to deal with it in the past, and they're still carrying on that. You know what I'm saying? But man, what do I think about the Clippers this season? I feel like, bro, with how people have been, I feel like the Clippers have like a very good chance. I feel like the Clippers have a very good chance. They have what's going for them. It's just health. They just need to stay healthy, bro. Kawhi Leonard by himself almost took down the Suns by himself. He got injured, and then the Suns had like an easy route after that, bro. Like once Kawhi and Paul George was out, I mean, they did give him a run for their money, but come on, I feel like with everybody knew like, yeah, like this is kind of like over type shit. But I do feel like, bro, they have a chance. They have a chance. I wouldn't put it past them, bro. They had Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they would have won that Sun series. They really would have won that Sun series because their team is good. The only problem that I would have, and I feel like this is like every team in the West, who is going to guard Jokic? Because if there's one thing that we all know, because if there's one thing that we all know, right, is that um is that the team that won the NBA Finals, right, is going to be back in contention the next season. Like they're going to make the playoffs next season, and I feel like with that team, I don't know if they still have Zubac or not, and he's a beast, by the way. Zubac is a beast, but I do think, bro, in terms of like taking down the Nuggets, the team that has the best chance, most definitely, is the Clippers. Now we could talk about how Luka was cooking Kawhi and Paul George, right? We could talk about that, but ceilings ceiling wise, if they're all healthy, I definitely do feel like the Clippers have like the best chance of winning the NBA championship. Now, obviously, they gotta say something to the people on the East. You know what I'm saying? That East side is stacked as a motherfucker. That East side is stacked as a motherfucker. But I do feel like Kawhi in the playoffs goes crazy. Kawhi in the playoffs goes crazy, insane. Like I've never seen that type shit, man. It's literally insane, right? He goes crazy. Like Paul George, crazy because he gets bunches. You know what I'm saying? And I just like even in the playoffs, right? Because that team, right? For all the casuals in here, that team has what it takes to go to, you know what I'm saying, to lead to a championship. For example, Kawhi Leonard is experienced. Paul George is experienced in the playoffs. Now he might have not won anything, Paul George, but he's experienced. Norman Powell, experienced. Zubac, that whole team is experienced. They have experienced players and they have young players, which, you know what I'm saying, is good for taking you to the almighty top. And it's I feel like this for the Clippers, what's more so going to be the main factor about the Clippers is can Kawhi and Paul George come through? Because if if we've seen a Clipper team without Kawhi and Paul George almost well compete with the Suns, where I think there was a game where they lost under 10. I think no, under 10, or like they were just like under. They were in 10, in 10, like the difference in which they were winning by, it was like under 10, right? If a team like that without their two superstars can take the Suns with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying, to that point, I think it was I think they were talking about on ES. I can't see. I know the game. I just cannot recall it as good as, you know what I'm saying, because I'm going off the top of my head with all these conversations and shit. But the Suns, there was one point in the series last season where the Suns had to scrape out a win without, you know what I'm saying, like it was like they had to scrape out a win, and the Clippers did not have Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. So this season, I would say, is even with Russell Westbrook, they're gonna be more. You know what I'm saying? They gel together. They know where their places are, and I would say this season is the make or break for the Clippers, in my opinion. I feel after this season, bro, the Clippers should break up if say for example the Clippers go out in the first round, right? If the Clippers go out in the first round, um if the Clippers go out in the first round, then that team should be destroyed. Cuz and I do feel like this season is the make or break season for the Clippers. I just feel like it's the because the West is only gonna get better, especially with John Morant coming through. My boy Job, man. Y'all better watch out for my boy Job. But as the West gets better and better and better and better, when you have two injury prone guys on your team, where does that lead you? It takes you nowhere. Now, obviously, I know Steve Ballmer needs like a superstar for his like new arena and shit, right? But I just feel like, bro, if the Clippers don't succeed this season, or they just go out the first round, or even the second round, abolish the team, bro. I just feel like abolish the team because it's especially if one of the guys get injured. If one of the guys get injured, abolish the team. Head into an L. And I just feel like they probably might need to go on a rebuilding. You know what I mean? I thought they might need to go on a rebuilding season. Why? Now you ask me why. Okay, why do they need to go on a rebuilding season? Because to kind of like build their own identity as a team. Because I feel like the Clippers, the problem with the Clippers is they don't have an identity. Yes, they got two superstars, but as a franchise, just them as a franchise, they don't really have an identity. Lakers, okay, it takes time for you to build that, but then you could like you know what I'm saying? Almost like the Golden State Warriors, homegrown, build your own, you know what I'm saying? Because as we see for the Golden State Warriors, when people come to Golden State, they conform with the system. Whereas when people go to Clippers, teams like the Clippers, teams like Brooklyn, teams like, I mean, Brooklyn doesn't have an identity though, but you saw when Kevin Durant and Kyrie came to Brooklyn. Now they're superstars. Okay, they're superstars. You know what I'm saying? But then they took over, like, and the culture wasn't really that good in Brooklyn, bro. In all honesty, bro, I thought Kevin Durant should have went to the Knicks. Kevin Durant, your legacy would have been better if you went to the Knicks, and you were doing all them crossovers against the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, come on, man, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? But speaking back on the Clippers, I do feel like if they don't succeed this season, just abolish the team, restart, get all assets. And I'm kind of like wondering right now, are those players gonna be nah, they're superstars. You gotta think they're superstars. So they're still gonna have value. But if I'm looking at Kawhi Leonard this season, coming up to the end of this season, is Kawhi Leonard valuable? In my eyes, no. Why do I say that? See, I hate the missing games because like he's gonna show up for the playoffs anyway, right? He's gonna show up for the playoffs anyway, so that doesn't matter. Missing games, I feel like missing games does not matter, bro. It really doesn't, unless he gets injured at the end of the season. If he gets injured at the end of the season, okay, cool, right? Yeah, cool. But does Kawhi? He has a lot of value, bro. Yeah, he has a lot of value. He could go to a good team. And one thing I would love to see is maybe Kawhi, Dame, and Giannis. Or Paul George, Dame, and Giannis. Ooh, tell me I didn't come. Bro, I come up with the good trades, you heard? I'm thinking past. Listen, I'm thinking ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking ahead twice as y'all. You know what I'm saying? Paul George, um, Giannis, Dame. Yes. Thinking ahead, bro. I'm thinking ahead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good trade, though. That's a good trade. Ish. Dame, Paul George, and Giannis. Nah, for real. Nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that would be lethal. Or Giannis, Paul George and Wembanyama could be a duo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Am I right or am I wrong? Hmm? Am I right or am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Huh? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, bro, like, listen. Um, I feel like it'll be interesting. I'll just leave it up in the air, bro. I won't say what team they should go to. Or, hey, let me throw one more out more. Let me throw one more out there, okay? Luca. Okay, okay. Kyrie. Okay, okay. Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Luca, Kyrie, Kawhi. Eesh. Oh my days. Anyway, man. Anyway, let me just leave it. Let me just leave it up in the air. Let me just leave it up in the air, man. I'll just leave it up in the air, all right? Well, and I'll let y'all decide. I'll let y'all decide. What do y'all think if the Clippers fail this season? Where do y'all think Kawhi or Paul George should go? Y'all let me know about that. All right? It's been your boy V-Menace in the building. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me and watching my videos, bro. Really, to my heart, I cannot lie to y'all, bro. I enjoy doing this shit. I fucking enjoy doing this shit. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. And till next time, bro. We gone. We gone. Sheesh.